Your skin may be warning you about your liver. Ignoring these quiet clues can raise real risks for your well-being. Stay with me for a safe, practical path that turns everyday habits into a steady solution. Let me start with a simple question. When you look in the mirror, does your skin ever feel like it's trying to tell you something? Quietly, politely, but persistently? I've met so many people who shrug off a faint itch at night, a dull tone that no moisturizer fixes, or tiny bumps that seem to come and go. These aren't diagnoses, and they're certainly not reasons to panic. They're gentle nudges, the kind the body uses when it wants us to pay attention. My goal here is to help you listen without fear, to notice patterns, and to make grounded choices that support your health in everyday practical ways. Before we dive in, I'm promising you a helpful bonus later in this series. A small liver-smart breakfast formula with exact amounts and the right method of preparation so you can avoid common mistakes. The goal is not magic, it's consistency. And yes, getting the amounts wrong or preparing it the wrong way can backfire, which is why I'll make the steps crystal clear when we get there. Now think of an average morning in North America. A giant coffee sweetened with flavored syrup, a quick pastry from the office break room, and maybe a midday soda refill because the cup was free. None of this is about blame. It's about patterns. After weeks or months of high added sugar, low fiber, and late-night takeout, some people start to notice that their skin feels different. Itchier after a hot shower, a bit waxy or uneven, or oddly dry even when the weather isn't. Sometimes there's no visible rash, just the sensation, especially at night. While many things can cause these changes, the skin and the liver have a surprisingly close relationship. When the body's filtering and flow systems feel burdened, the skin will often be the first to whisper. Let's unpack that whisper in a calm, practical way. The skin is a large, metabolically active organ. It interacts with hydration, blood flow, hormones, and the way we process fats and sugars. If the day's plate is mostly beige, white bread sandwiches, pizza, fries, a sugary dessert, the body has to juggle quick energy spikes and dips. That can indirectly influence how the skin feels. The solution isn't a cleanse or a scare tactic. It's a series of small, repeatable actions that stack up. Action 1 is deceptively simple. Upgrade your hydration. Replace at least one sweet beverage with water or sparkling water and add a squeeze of lemon if you enjoy it. Many people find that a 2-week sweet drink swap reduces that end-of-day itchiness. Action 2. Bring back fiber. If your lunch is a turkey sandwich, add a handful of leafy greens and a side of beans or a small apple. Fiber behaves like a slow, steady friend. It helps your body handle what you ate with less drama. Action 3. Mind the cooking fats. At backyard barbecues or game day gatherings, it's easy to overdo fried wings and creamy ranch dips. Keep the flavor, but balance the plate. Grilled options, a colorful slaw, and a drizzle of olive oil instead of heavy sauces. At night, make friends with lukewarm showers and gentle skin care. Hot water strips oils, harsh scrubs irritate. Choose a plain, fragrance-light moisturizer after bathing, and consider an oatmeal-based soap if your skin is touchy. None of this treats a disease. It simply reduces the extra noise your skin might be making. There's also a mindset shift that helps. Instead of waiting for a big, dramatic sign, practice noticing small differences. Do you feel itchier when you've had a day of soda refills and drive-through dinner? Does your skin calm down on weekends when you cook at home with vegetables and whole grains? Track these patterns for 2 weeks. Just observations, no judgment. This gentle tracking gives you a map. For those who love coffee culture, a quick word. The way you prepare your cup matters more than people realize. I'll share a preparation method later that preserves antioxidants while minimizing compounds you might not want in excess. It's a simple tweak, and it pairs nicely with a balanced breakfast that actually keeps you full. Please remember, though, quantity and method truly matter. More is not always better. Here's today's practical reset, built for real life. In the morning, start with water before caffeine. Just a glass. At lunch, add something bitter or green. Arugula, kale, or broccoli. In the afternoon, say yes to a fiber snack, berries, a small portion of nuts, or a high-fiber whole grain cracker. In the evening, choose baked or grilled over fried and keep sauces on the side. If you enjoy dessert, make it mindful and occasional. A few squares of dark chocolate can be satisfying without tipping the balance. If your skin has been whispering to you, itchy without a rash, oddly dull, sensitive to hot water, these steps are a calm way to respond. If you ever notice persistent changes, yellowing of the eyes, easy bruising, or anything that worries you, talk to a licensed professional. Personalized care is essential, and nothing here replaces that. We're simply building the daily environment where your skin and your inner systems can do their work with fewer obstacles. I'll close this first part with a little truth I've seen over and over. The skin keeps score of our small choices. You don't need perfection. You need a direction. Choose water a bit more often, fiber a bit more generously, and heat a bit more gently in the shower. Give it 2 weeks and watch for quiet improvements. And keep listening, because the next tip is one of the most important, and ignoring it may limit your results, and in some people could lead to significant side effects. I'll walk you through it with care so you can apply it safely. Earlier, we paid close attention to the quiet messages the skin can send: itchiness that seems louder at night, dryness that ignores expensive creams, and the way everyday patterns like sugary coffee drinks and free soda refills can nudge things in the wrong direction. Keep that calm, observant mindset with you now, because we're about to look at a sign that's easy to miss in bright bathroom lighting and yet worth noticing with a patient eye. A subtle yellow cast where the white of the eyes should be bright, and a faint yellowish tone on parts of the skin that used to look more neutral. Let's slow down and be precise. Color shifts can happen for many reasons, and simple dehydration or poor sleep can make the eyes look tired or dull. What I'm asking you to do is observe, not self-diagnose. Step near a window with natural light, and on a calm day, look closely. If you see a persistent yellow tinge in the sclera, the white area, that's a cue to take your overall routine seriously and to consult a licensed professional if it continues. We stay grounded here. No panic, no shortcuts, just careful attention and practical next steps. Consider the common day that nudges us toward trouble. Breakfast is pancakes with a generous pour of maple syrup. Lunch is a fast drive-through sandwich with fries and a large fountain drink. And dinner is takeout pizza with creamy dipping sauces while watching a late game. Now sprinkle in a pumpkin spice latte 3 afternoons a week because the seasonal menu is irresistible. None of these choices is bad in isolation, but together and repeated, this pattern tends to crowd out the basics that help your body manage pigments, fats, and the normal byproducts of metabolism. Here's the supportive path forward, designed for real people with busy schedules. First, upgrade your light. Many color changes go unnoticed in yellow bathroom bulbs. Choose natural light or a bright, cool white lamp in the morning when you check your face. Once a week, take 2 minutes to scan for changes. Eye color, tiny red webs near the nose or cheeks, unusual dryness around the mouth. You're building a friendly habit, not hunting for problems. Second, hydrate intelligently. Start the day with a glass of water, then pair each coffee, tea, or soda with a water chaser. If you love carbonation, unsweetened sparkling water with a slice of citrus feels celebratory without the sugar spiral. People often report that this alone reduces late-day skin discomfort. Third, bring in the bitters. Traditional cuisines used bitter greens to balance richer meals, and there's a reason it feels good after a weekend of barbecue. Add arugula, dandelion greens, kale, or a small side of broccoli or Brussels sprouts to lunch or dinner 3 to 4 times per week. Keep it culinary. Sauté lightly in olive oil with a pinch of garlic and black pepper. Overdoing raw, highly concentrated bitter extracts is unnecessary and can irritate your stomach. Cooking at home in simple portions is safer and far more sustainable. Fourth, become a label detective. Added sugars hide under names like corn syrup, cane juice, maltose, and dextrose. If your go-to yogurt lists several forms of sugar high on the ingredient list, try an unsweetened version and add your own fruit. If your barbecue sauce tastes like dessert, portion it like dessert. 1 or 2 teaspoons, not half a cup. Small changes here significantly alter your day's pattern without taking away pleasure. Fifth, design a realistic dinner. When cravings hit at 7 p.m., put half your plate in color, roasted vegetables or a mixed salad with beans, nuts, or avocado. Keep proteins lean and satisfying. Grilled chicken, baked salmon, or a hearty plant-based option. Treat sauces as accents instead of anchors. It's the difference between finishing the evening feeling grounded or feeling heavy and itchy. Some people also notice small, reddish star-like marks, often called spidery veins, on the cheeks, neck, or upper chest. While these can show up for many reasons, they're worth tracking alongside other skin cues. If they increase or if you feel worried, that's a sign to seek professional guidance. Meanwhile, support your routine with simple pillars: fiber, hydration, balanced fats, and steady sleep. Speaking of sleep, give your body a consistent window to repair. Late-night snacking and a second dessert after streaming can invite reflux and restless skin. Protect your wind down, dim lights an hour before bed, make your last kitchen visit 2 hours before sleep, and keep your room cool. People underestimate how much a regular sleep rhythm calms the complexion. There's one everyday ritual that deserves a special mention because it's so common in North America: coffee. The brewing method matters. Later, I'll share a careful filter-based approach that helps you enjoy the antioxidants you want while minimizing compounds you may prefer to limit. The point isn't to take away your morning joy, it's to make it work for you instead of against you. And yes, the amounts and technique make a real difference, which is why I'll guide you step by step when the time comes. As you put these changes into practice, keep your tone with yourself gentle and observational. Replace one sweet drink per day, double your greens at dinner twice this week, and add a fiber-rich side like beans, berries, or oats most days. After 2 weeks, reassess under natural light. Do your eyes look clearer? Is your skin less reactive after showers? Are those tiny red webs less prominent? If yes, celebrate quiet progress. If not, or if anything new concerns you, reach out to a professional for a personalized assessment. That is not a setback. It's wise stewardship of your health. Let's end with an encouragement you can act on today. Before your next coffee run, drink a glass of water. At lunch, add a handful of bitter greens to whatever you're already eating. In the afternoon, trade one sugary snack for a small bowl of berries and a few nuts. Tonight, stop the kitchen an hour earlier and go for a 10-minute walk after dinner. These are small, boring steps, and that's exactly why they work. You'll actually keep them. And keep this in mind with a steady, informed tone. The next tip is one of the most important, and ignoring it may limit your results, and in some people could lead to significant side effects. I'll explain it carefully so you can apply it safely. You've been paying attention with a calmer eye: natural light in the morning, a glass of water before coffee, a touch of greens with dinner, and a more honest look at labels that hide sugar under friendly names. Keep that steady, non-alarmist mindset, because there's another quiet skin cue that many people overlook until someone points it out. Imagine tiny, bright red starbursts, no larger than a pencil eraser, often on the cheeks, neck, upper chest, or forearms. At first glance, they look like little sun flares under the skin, with a central dot and very fine lines reaching outward. They can be harmless, they can be influenced by heat or hormones, and they can also be part of the broader story your body is telling. Our job is not to jump to conclusions. It's to observe carefully and respond with practical, sustainable actions. Start by looking when conditions are fair. After a shower, give your skin 15 minutes to cool from the heat, then stand by a window and scan with curiosity rather than fear. If you see one of these star-like marks, sometimes called spidery vessels, note the location and the size. If you notice several, note patterns over a few weeks. Do they fade when the weather cools? Do they feel more visible after a weekend of late-night pizza and craft beer? Patterns don't diagnose, but they do guide wiser choices. Think about the way many of us eat in North America. Friday night appetizers, fried wings with sweet ranch or honey barbecue dip. Saturday's tasting flight at a local brewery because the seasonal stout just dropped. Sunday brunch with cinnamon roll pancakes and a syrup pour that counts as a dessert. None of these moments is morally wrong. But repeated together, They crowd out fiber and color, and they gently push our inner balance toward more work and less ease. Skin, being active tissue with rich blood flow, often reflects that. Rather than promising miracle fixes, I want you to build 3 simple pillars that reduce noise in the system. First, simplify the fats you cook with. Make olive oil your default in the kitchen and save deep-fried foods for rare treats. When grilling, marinate proteins in olive oil, lemon, garlic, and herbs. This not only tastes better, it encourages you to use sauces more sparingly. If your go-to barbecue sauce tastes like candy, portion it like candy. 1 to 2 teaspoons, not a quarter cup. Second, pull sugar back to a supporting role. Replace 1 sweet drink per day with sparkling water and citrus. Swap dessert 4 nights a week for fruit with a spoonful of yogurt or a few walnuts. Third, restore the fiber you lost to convenience. Aim for a daily rhythm. Oats or other whole grains in the morning, beans or lentils at lunch, and a double helping of vegetables at dinner. There's also value in spacing your meals. Give yourself 3 to 4 calm hours between eating occasions, relying on water, unsweetened tea, or black coffee, if tolerated, in between. This steady spacing can help you notice how your skin and energy respond without the constant chatter of snacking. At the same time, avoid long, punishing fasts that leave you ravenous and lead to a rebound of ultra-processed choices. The middle path, regular meals, mindful portions, creates calmer data for your body. If alcohol is part of your routine, try a 2-week experiment with mindful alternatives. On pub night, switch to a tall, sparkling water with lime or a zero-proof option and make the food the hero. A grilled chicken sandwich, a big side salad, or roasted vegetables. If going fully alcohol-free feels like too much, alternate 1 for 1, water, then beverage, then water. People often report that even this simple rotation changes how their skin looks under natural light. Don't forget the blend of movement and rest. A 10-minute walk after dinner helps your body distribute the meal you just ate. It also invites better sleep, which shows on your face the next morning. Sleep itself is a quiet, daily cleanser of sorts, especially when it is regular. Protect the hour before bed. Dim the lights, put your phone to do not disturb, and keep your room cool. Aim for a routine that your future self can maintain, rather than a perfect plan that collapses after 3 days. On the plate, consider gentle, culinary sources of anti-inflammatory support. Sprinkle a modest pinch of turmeric with black pepper into a vegetable sauté. Add garlic, rosemary, or thyme for flavor that asks for less sugar in the rest of the meal. Include omega-3 rich foods a few times per week, salmon, sardines, or walnuts, while keeping portions realistic. Skip megadoses of supplements unless a licensed professional advises them. More is not necessarily better, and concentrated extracts can irritate your stomach or interact with medications. Skin care should be as calm as your kitchen. Choose fragrance-light products, moisturize after bathing, and protect your face and neck from excessive sun with shade and a broad-spectrum sunscreen. Heat and strong sun can make those tiny red starbursts look more dramatic, so be kind to your skin environment. If shaving or exfoliating, use a light touch and give your skin off days to recover. Keep tracking without obsessing. Once a week, in the same light, check the map you made. Are the red star-like spots fewer or less pronounced after a stretch of balanced meals, regular sleep, and gentler beverages? Is your skin less reactive after showers? These are quiet wins worth noticing. If the marks increase, you see other changes like easy bruising or persistent yellowing, or you feel worried for any reason, that's your cue to speak with a licensed professional. Personalized care matters. What we're building here is a strong foundation that makes that care more effective. Let's close this segment with actions you can take today. Choose olive oil over deep-fried, portion sweet sauces with a teaspoon. Add 1 serving of beans to lunch. Fill half your dinner plate with color, walk 10 minutes after your evening meal, and dim your lights an hour before bed. These are not fireworks, they're bricks, and bricks build houses. Keep your tone with yourself, practical and kind. You're training your body to prefer steadiness. Hold this with a clear, informative mindset. The next tip is one of the most important, and ignoring it may limit your results and, in some people, could lead to significant side effects. I'll explain it carefully so you can apply it safely. Carry forward the same steady attention you've been practicing: hydration before caffeine, natural light check-ins, and small, repeatable food upgrades. Now, turn your focus to something surprisingly revealing: your hands. More specifically, your palms. Some people notice that the skin over the thenar pads, the fleshy parts near the thumb, and along the base of the fingers takes on a warm, rosy hue that doesn't come and go with cold weather. It's not a diagnosis, and it's not a reason to panic. It is a signal worth noticing alongside the other clues you've been gently tracking. The goal here is to understand your routine and make changes that are both safe and workable in real life. Begin by observing under honest light when your body is calm. Sit by a window in the morning and rest your hands on your lap. Compare the center of your palm to the edges. If the color is strongly red and the skin feels warm even when your environment is cool, jot it down in your weekly log along with other notes: sleep, added sugars, alcohol, and any new skin marks. This simple habit shifts your attention from worry to data, and data guides better choices. Let's look at the lifestyle backdrop many of us share. Workdays with desk time stretch longer than we planned. Lunch becomes a quick stop for a sandwich, chips, and a large fountain drink. Dinner is a generous portion of creamy pasta or a late-night burrito after a commute. Weekend gatherings mean ribs glazed with sweet sauce, garlic bread, and ranch-dipped everything, washed down with a few beers or a frozen margarita. Again, there's no villain here, only patterns that, when repeated, crowd out color, fiber, and the easy rhythms that help us feel steadier. What can you do, starting today, that moves the needle without drama? Give your circulation a friendly reset several times a day. Stand up at the top of each hour, stretch your chest open, roll your shoulders, and take 10 slow breaths. Then walk to get water. It's small, but it's cumulative. Blood flow is a conversation between movement, hydration, and rest. Your palms are good listeners. Next, build a meal template you can repeat without boredom. Picture your plate in 3 parts: half in color, roasted vegetables, salad greens, sautéed peppers and onions; a quarter protein, grilled chicken or fish, tofu, beans; and a quarter smart carbohydrates, brown rice, quinoa, or roasted sweet potato. Dress with a tablespoon of olive oil and an acid like lemon or apple cider vinegar. The brightness encourages you to use less sweet sauce. If you love condiments like ketchup or honey barbecue, treat them like a seasoning rather than a side. 1 to 2 teaspoons, mindfully placed. Bring in bitter and cruciferous vegetables 3 to 4 times per week, cooked in the kitchen rather than taken as concentrated extracts. Lightly sauté chopped kale with olive oil, garlic, and black pepper. Roast Brussels sprouts until caramelized and finish with a squeeze of lemon. Steam broccoli and toss with a small spoon of olive oil and a pinch of salt. Culinary dosing matters. A half cup to 1 cup cooked per serving is a practical range for most adults. Piling on huge raw salads when you aren't used to fiber can backfire with bloating or discomfort. Increase gradually and drink water through the day to help your body adapt. Alcohol deserves a realistic conversation. If it's part of your social life, set a calm boundary that works for you. Alternate each drink with water, choose smaller pours, and schedule alcohol-free days during the week. Explore zero-proof cocktails made with sparkling water, citrus, and fresh herbs. If you try a 2-week pause and notice that the warmth and color in your palms recede or your sleep improves, you've learned something useful. If nothing changes, you've still given your body a quiet break. Mind salt and sweet together, the classic combo in popular sauces and snacks. Many store-bought sauces deliver both in generous amounts. Read labels with a curious eye. If sugar is listed early and sodium is high, portion modestly or try a homemade version. A quick mix of olive oil, mustard, lemon, and chopped herbs can stand in for many commercial dressings. When you do buy prepared options, choose versions where tomato and spices lead the ingredient list rather than sugar. Sleep remains a powerful lever. Keep your pre-bed routine simple and repeatable. Lights down, screens away, kitchen closed 2 hours before sleep, and a cool, dark room. If you wake with puffy hands or your rings feel tight, Try reducing late evening salty snacks and watching your hydration earlier in the day. Many people are surprised at how much these small, boring changes shift how their skin looks and feels. Give your hands some direct care, too. Frequent hand washing with harsh soaps and very hot water can strip oils and exaggerate color changes. Use lukewarm water, choose a gentle cleanser, and apply a light, fragrance-reduced moisturizer after washing. If you work with your hands outdoors, wear gloves to shield against sun and wind. Environmental stressors add up over time. In the kitchen, favor methods that make vegetables and lean proteins taste good without leaning on sugar. Sheet pan dinners are your friend. Toss chopped vegetables with a tablespoon of olive oil, sprinkle with salt and pepper, and roast at high heat until edges brown and flavors deepen. Add salmon or chicken in the last 15-20 minutes. Finish with herbs and a squeeze of lemon. This approach keeps your plate satisfying and colorful while reducing the urge for heavy sauces. Remember that supplements are not shortcuts. If someone offers you a detox pill or a megadose of herbs promising dramatic changes to your skin or energy, step back and breathe. Concentrated extracts can interact with medications and irritate your gut. Culinary amounts used in regular meals are a safer, more sustainable starting place. If you're curious about any supplement, talk with a licensed professional who knows your health history. As always, track changes rather than chasing perfection. Once a week, review your notes: palm color, sleep quality, beverage choices, vegetable servings, and how often you cooked at home. Look for patterns and tweak one variable at a time. If your palms remain persistently red or warm, you notice other changes like easy bruising or yellowing of the eyes, or you simply feel uneasy, seek professional evaluation. Personalized guidance is invaluable, and everything you're doing here, from the plate to the daily walk, makes that guidance more effective. Take a moment to set up your next 24 hours. Fill a water bottle and keep it within reach. Plan a plate with half in color, put olive oil, lemon, and herbs on your counter where you'll see them, and set a reminder to stretch and breathe every hour. Small, visible prompts make healthy choices the easy default. Keep your tone with yourself friendly and factual. The body responds best to consistency, not punishment. Hold this with steady clarity. The next tip is one of the most important, and ignoring it may limit your results and, in some people, could lead to significant side effects. I'll explain it carefully so you can apply it safely. You've been building a quieter routine. Hydration before caffeine, honest label reading, more color on the plate, calmer sleep, and you've learned to observe without panic. Hold that steady posture while we look at two skin signals that tend to whisper rather than shout, and yet they're easy to spot once you know where to look. The first lives in the folds, the back of the neck, under the arms, sometimes along the collarbone or under the breasts. The second sits near the eyes. Soft, yellowish plaques that seem to settle on the eyelids over time. Neither of these features defines your health by itself. They are context. Our work is to read them with humility and respond with actions that fit a normal life. Begin with the folds. After a shower, when your skin has cooled and the light is honest, tilt your chin down and look at the neck. Do you see a deeper, velvety darkening that doesn't wash away with soap and water? Check the underarms and along the sides of the neck where necklaces rest. If you notice a persistent change, write it down. Where, how wide, any itch or irritation. Pair that note with a quick check-in about your recent routine. Extra desserts during the work week, daily sweetened coffee refreshments, fast food dinners, or late-night snacks after streaming. Patterns matter because they shape your day's balance of fiber, fat quality, and added sugar. Now, the eyes. In soft, natural light, look gently at the eyelids. Small, flat, yellowish patches, especially near the inner corners, can accumulate over time. Again, many things influence this. What matters for us is how to design meals and habits that support steadier internal traffic so your skin has fewer reasons to protest. No scare tactics, no miracle claims, just smart, repeatable changes. Let's talk swaps that work in North American kitchens and work days. For breakfast, transition away from the pastry and syrup habit toward something that carries you for hours. Oatmeal cooked with unsweetened milk or plant milk, topped with berries and a spoon of chopped nuts. If you miss sweetness, use cinnamon or a small drizzle of honey. Start with a teaspoon and taste before adding more. At lunch, choose whole grain bread or a bowl with brown rice or quinoa, then pile on color: roasted peppers, greens, tomatoes, beans, and lean protein. Keep sauces to a supporting role. Measure with a teaspoon so they add brightness without swallowing the plate. At dinner, make vegetables the default. Sheet pan dinners, vegetables tossed in a tablespoon of olive oil and roasted until caramelized, are simple and satisfying. Add salmon or chicken in the final 15 to 20 minutes and finish with lemon and herbs. Fiber deserves special attention because it's the quiet hero that too often gets crowded out. If you've been living on convenience foods, jump slowly. Add one fiber-rich food per meal and drink water through the day. Think oats or whole grain toast in the morning, beans or lentils at lunch, and a generous serving of vegetables at dinner. People who ramp up fiber overnight sometimes feel bloated. A gradual climb is kinder and more sustainable. Keep an eye on hydration. Your body needs the water to move the fiber along comfortably. Fat quality is your next lever. Make olive oil your kitchen's main character and use butter as a guest star. Swap fried sides for roasted or baked versions. If you love creamy sauces, whisk a quick dressing at home. Olive oil, lemon, mustard, and chopped herbs. It tastes bright enough that you need less, and you control the sugar and salt. For snacks, reach for whole foods with crunch: apples, carrots, nuts, or protein with fiber, like hummus with vegetables. You are not denying yourself joy. You're trading autopilot for intention. Movement isn't a punishment, it's circulation support. After meals, take a 10-minute walk. If you work at a desk, stand up every hour, draw your shoulder blades down and back, and breathe slowly 10 times. These micro breaks matter more than the occasional heroic workout because they keep your inner traffic flowing predictably all day. Skincare should be just as gentle. In the folds, avoid harsh scrubs and strong fragrances. Choose a mild cleanser and pat dry. Moisture trapped in creases can irritate the skin, so dry those areas carefully. If you shave or wax, schedule it when your skin is calm and give it time to recover. Sun protection matters for the neck and chest as much as for the face. Shade and a broad-spectrum sunscreen help keep the surface calm while you work on the deeper habits below the skin. Let's assemble a 2-week experiment that feels human instead of heroic. Week 1. Replace one sweet drink each day with water or unsweetened sparkling water. Add one serving of greens to lunch. Take a 10-minute walk after dinner. Track skin observations in natural light twice. Week 2. Keep those wins and add beans to lunch 3 days, fish or a plant-based omega, 3-source twice, and one home-cooked sheet pan dinner with half the tray filled by vegetables. Write down what you notice. Are the folds less reactive, less itchy? Do the eyelids look unchanged, better, or more noticeable? Whatever you find, you've gathered useful intel. If you see easy bruising, persistent yellowing of the eyes, or skin changes that worry you, speak with a licensed professional who can evaluate your unique situation. Nothing in this guide replaces individualized care. It helps you build a foundation so that care works better. Most importantly, stay kind to yourself. Bodies change in seasons, and steady habits work better than strict rules followed for 3 days and abandoned on day 4. For tonight, plan one small upgrade you can actually keep. Pour a large glass of water and put it by your bed for the morning. Set olive oil, lemon, and herbs within reach for tomorrow's cooking. Prep a container of washed greens so lunch practically assembles itself. These little frictions removed are the difference between intention and action. Keep this in a clear, informative frame. The next tip is one of the most important, and ignoring it may limit your results and, in some people, could lead to significant side effects. I'll guide you through it carefully so you can apply it safely. You've gathered quiet clues with patience. Nighttime itch that fades when you hydrate and lower sugar. Tiny red star-like marks that soften when you swap fried foods for olive oil roasting. Warm palms that calm with regular movement and better sleep. And folds and eyelids you check in natural light while you build a steadier plate. These observations add up to a simple truth that is powerful precisely because it isn't dramatic. Small, repeatable choices shape the environment your skin and inner systems live in. Today, I'll distill that into one clear daily pattern and a carefully prepared breakfast formula, plus the brewing method I promised, so your morning coffee works for you, not against you. No hype, no fear, just steps you can actually maintain. First, the point that ties everything together. Your skin isn't scolding you, it's collaborating with you. When you consistently give your body water, color, fiber, balanced fats, and regular rest, the skin often reflects that steadiness. The goal isn't to scrub away every mark or chase perfection in the mirror. The goal is a routine you can repeat on busy weekdays and relaxed weekends alike. That routine starts strong when breakfast is simple, satisfying, and measured with care. Here is the precise, kitchen-level preparation for a calm, sustaining morning bowl. Do it the night before, so you don't have to negotiate with your willpower at 7 a.m. overnight oats. Steady morning method. Ingredients: 1 serving. 3 tablespoons rolled oats, about 25-30 g, not instant. 150, 180 milliliters plain yogurt or unsweetened plant milk. 1 tablespoon chia seeds. 1 small pinch ground cinnamon, Ceylon if available. 1/2 cup fresh berries, blueberries or strawberries, sliced, to add in the morning. 1 tablespoon chopped walnuts or almonds to add in the morning. Optional: 1/2 teaspoon honey or maple syrup, only if needed for taste. Steps exactly. In a glass jar or small container with a lid, combine oats, chia, cinnamon, and your yogurt or plant milk. Stir well so the chia doesn't clump. Close the lid and refrigerate for 8 hours. In the morning, open and stir. Add the berries and nuts. Taste before sweetening. If you still want it a touch sweeter, add up to 1/2 teaspoon honey or maple and stir again. Eat slowly, then drink a glass of water within the next hour. If you're new to higher fiber, finish the bowl and the water. Don't add extra scoops. Let your body adapt. Safety and adjustments. Increase fiber gradually if this is a new pattern for you. Too much too fast can cause bloating or discomfort. If you avoid dairy, use unsweetened soy, almond, or oat milk, and consider adding a spoon of plain soy yogurt for protein. If you track blood sugar, put the fruit in the bowl, don't drink it as juice, and keep the honey optional. If you have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, use certified gluten-free oats. If you take medications or have a medical condition, work with a licensed professional to personalize this routine. Food interacts with the whole of you. Now for the promised bonus, a brewing approach that keeps the joy of coffee while being thoughtful about preparation. Many people love a large, flavored coffee, but the syrups and creams push the day's added sugar up quickly. There's a calmer way. Filter brewed coffee, clear cup method. What you need: fresh coffee, medium grind, paper filter and pour over cone or a drip machine that uses paper filters. Just off the boil water, about 92-96 degrees Celsius, 198-205 degrees Fahrenheit. How to brew: rinse the paper filter with hot water to remove the papery taste and warm your mug. Use 1 level tablespoon, about 10 g, of ground coffee per 180-200 milliliters of water. Adjust taste by small steps on later days, not by big jumps today. Pour a little hot water to wet the grounds and let them bloom for 30 seconds. Pour the rest slowly in circles. Aim for a total brew time of 3-4 minutes. Enjoy it plain or with a splash of milk. If you prefer sweetness, start with 1/2 teaspoon of honey and stop there. Skip syrups and whipped toppings on ordinary days. Treat them as desserts for special occasions. Why this helps: paper filtering and right-sized portions keep the cup clean and let the coffee's natural aromas shine without relying on heavy extras. It pairs beautifully with your oats, giving you a balanced breakfast that is satisfying without a sugar spike. To anchor this routine, sketch a 1-week plan you can actually live with. Morning: water first, then your prepared oats and filter coffee. Mid-morning: if hungry, choose a fruit and a few nuts or a small yogurt. Lunch: build a bowl. Half color, greens, peppers, tomatoes, 1/4 protein, grilled chicken, beans, tofu, 1/4 smart carbohydrates, brown rice, quinoa. Dress with olive oil and lemon. Measure sauces with a teaspoon. Afternoon, hydrate. Trade one sweet drink for sparkling water with citrus. Dinner, sheet pan vegetables roasted in a tablespoon of olive oil, plus baked salmon or chicken, finished with herbs and lemon. Walk 10 minutes afterward. Evening, dim lights. Close the kitchen 2 hours before bed and keep your room cool and dark. As you follow this, keep observing. Once a week, in natural light, look at your eyes, the folds of the neck, the cheeks and chest, the palms. Note what changes, what stays the same, and how your choices felt. If you pick up on persistent yellowing, growing clusters of star-like marks, easy bruising, or anything that creates concern, connect with a licensed professional promptly for individualized guidance. You're doing your part by showing up for the daily work. A clinician can help you personalize the path. Let's end with a moment of perspective. Your skin is not a scorecard, it's a conversation. Every glass of water, every plate half filled with color, every early night you protect, and every walk after dinner is a sentence in that conversation. When you choose steadiness over drama, your body usually answers in kind: quieter skin, steadier energy, and a routine that fits your life instead of fighting it. If this guide helped you, share it with someone who could use a calm reset. Tap like so more people find it, and subscribe so we can keep learning, cooking, and practicing together. Knowledge only becomes power when you apply it, with patience and care. Hold this final note in an informative tone. The next tip is one of the most important, and ignoring it may limit your results and, in some people, could lead to significant side effects. I'll explain it carefully so you can apply it safely.